Good morning, everyone. So good to see you. I hope that everyone's doing well. We are going to start by doing our first reading of our chapter from the book that we've been reading, which is Wayside School is Falling Down. All my friends are very familiar with it. We're going to be doing this every day, and hopefully we can use this YouTube channel to do some virtual learning sessions. We're just going to play with it, but today we're going to start with our first chapter. It's going to be chapter 25, which is a story that isn't about socks, okay? And we are going to get right to it, okay? Chapter 25. A story that isn't about socks. It was class picture day. The children were all dressed up in their very best clothes. Stephen came to school wearing a three-piece suit, gray trousers, a gray vest, and a gray jacket. Underneath his vest was a white shirt and a red and gold striped tie, like the one Daddy wears to work. Okay? On his feet were hard, black, shiny shoes. He was very handsome. The other kids laughed when they saw Stephen. "You've worn lots of silly costumes," said Bibi, "but this is the silliest one yet." Bibi was wearing yellow shorts, a red shirt with white polka dots, and a floppy green hat. Mrs. Jules rang her cowbell. "Ding-ling-ling-ling, settle down," she said. The children settled in their seats. Stephen remained standing. "Look at Stephen," said Mauricia. "His jacket is the same color as his pants." "They're supposed to be the same color," Stephen tried to explain. "It's a suit, and they're not called pants. They're called trousers." "Ooh," said Mauricia. "Can you go swimming in your suit?" "No," said Stephen. "I can go swimming in my suit," said Mauricia. Mauricia had on a black and white striped bikini for picture day. So which of them looks more silly? "I'm sure Stephen's suit is good for other things," said Mrs. Jules. "It is," said Stephen. "Like what?" asked Todd. "Like standing around and looking important," said Stephen. "Well, what about sitting?" asked Todd. "No, I'm not supposed to sit," said Stephen. "The suit might get wrinkled. I'm just supposed to stand around and look important." "Oh," said Todd. Todd was wearing white shorts, a Hawaiian shirt, and sunglasses. Dee Dee crawled across the floor to Stephen so she could get a better look at his shoes. "They're so shiny," she said. "I can see myself." And she knocked on one of his shoes with her fist. "They're hard, too." "Dee Dee, please get up," said Mrs. Jules. Dee Dee stood up. She had on a black t-shirt that came down to her knees, and in the middle of the shirt was a big red heart. Above the heart, in sparkling silver and gold letters, it said, "Love." "I bet they're really good for kickball, huh, Stephen?" Dee Dee asked, "since they're so hard." "No," said Stephen. "I can't run in them, and they hurt my feet." "Then why do you wear them?" asked Dee Dee. "Because they're uncomfortable," Stephen explained. "You have to wear uncomfortable shoes if you want to look important." "Oh," said Dee Dee. "What's that thing around your neck?" asked Paul. "It's a tie," said Stephen. "Does it keep your neck warm?" asked Paul. "No," said Stephen. "Does it hold your shirt on?" asked Paul. "Nope," said Stephen. "Well, what's it for?" asked Paul. "It chokes me," said Stephen. "Oh," said Paul. "The more it chokes me, the better I look," Stephen explained. "See?" And he tightened his tie. "Oh, yeah," said Paul. "You look real handsome." Paul was wearing cowboy and Indian pajamas to picture day. Stephen pulled his tie tighter. "Now how do I look?" "Wow, you look great," said Dee Dee. "Pull it tighter." Stephen pulled his tie even tighter. "How's this?" he gasped. "You look great and very important," said DJ. DJ was wearing a toga made out of his own bedsheet. "Pull it tighter," said Bibi. Stephen pulled on his tie, and he could no longer breathe. Tighter! Everybody yelled. Stephen pulled it on even tighter, and his eyes bulged, and his nose turned blue, and he had never been more handsome. Tighter! Tighter! They all shouted, and Stephen pulled his tie so hard that he ripped it right in half. Ooh, the whole class groaned. Darn, said Stephen. Now I'm not great and important anymore. Yes, you are, Stephen, said Mrs. Jules. You are just as great and important as you ever were before. I am? Stephen asked. Certainly, said Mrs. Jules. The tie didn't make you important. It doesn't matter what you wear on the outside. It's underneath what counts. Underneath? Asked Stephen. Yes, said Mrs. Jules. If you want to be great and important, you have to wear very expensive and very nice underwear. Oh, said Stephen. And for picture day, Mrs. Jules had on a flower tank top and a grass skirt. All right. So, the end. Tomorrow we will read chapter 26, which is called The Mean Mrs. Jules. So we'll have to see what happens. Okay? Make some predictions with your friends or with mom and dad to see what will happen in tomorrow's chapter. Okay? Have a great day.